Russian aggression continues and India's focus is to bring back Indian students as soon as possible. Government says that 6,400 Indian nationals have been brought back from Ukraine already. Despite an urgent advisory yesterday, the Ministry of External Affairs says that few hundred Indian students may still be in Kharkiv. Government is now planning to bring 7,400 more Indians back over the next 2 days. Let's straight away go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary joining us live this evening to help us understand more about this Operation Ganga to bring Indian students back from Ukraine. Srinjoy, good evening. Over the last 2 days, we have seen Operation Ganga gaining momentum. 7,400 more Indian students are expected to be back in the next 2 days. But simultaneously, the MEA said few hundred students could still be in Kharkiv. What more do we know? What are the plans to bring them back to safer locations? Because Kharkiv is also witnessing shelling.
Yes, yesterday, as you well know, the Russians told the Indian side that, look here, by a certain time, by 6:30 local time in Kharkiv, you get all your Indians out. And an effort was made, and a large number, several hundred came out and moved outside Kharkiv. Even this morning, the trains were still running, a few people moved out. So as a result of the several thousand people who were at Kharkiv, or nobody knows exactly how many there were, but 1,000 people have got out of Kharkiv, which according to estimates of the government, there are several hundred people still there. And that's really a serious concern, because after that that period, whatever you call it, a period when there was a bit of a lull in the fighting, or even when the Russians told us that, look here, you can get your people out within this period of time, the fighting has intensified. And as a result, naturally, it's a very difficult situation. It's a very impossible virtually to get people out right now. So unless there is a lull in the fighting, unless the fighting stops, you cannot get people out. The only option now is for people, Indians who are there, to hunker down in basements, in air raid shelters, wherever possible, where they are safe, and just be there till the fighting ends. And then, of course, they can be pulled out. This is the most difficult task of the Indian government, because there is serious fighting, desperate fighting going on inside in the Kharkiv area. So if your several hundred people are still there, then they have to be very careful. Otherwise, things are really under control, because of those 20,000 plus people, because many didn't register, virtually everyone is in either back or in a safe area. But the worry is those several hundred people in Kharkiv. Until they are brought out, there will be enormous concern in the government.
Absolutely. And Srinjoy, amidst all of this, Quad leaders are also holding a virtual summit. First time it's going to be a summit where Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Joe Biden, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Japanese Prime Minister will be coming together at the Quad leaders virtual meeting. What exactly are we expecting from this summit?
Well, the Americans have already said that Ukraine will certainly be discussed. And you cannot have 4 top leaders of the world sitting together at a time like this and not discussing Ukraine. That certainly will be discussed, and issues that will come up will relate to how, and perhaps
all right, Srinjoy Chaudhary. There's some problem with the audio line out there, but thank you for the moment for joining us with all of those details. As we speak, the summit is going on. We'll, of course, keep you ahead on that as well. Meanwhile, let's also hear what the Indian students who have come back from war-hit Ukraine had to say, and what kind of troubles they had to face to reach to the safer locations, and how they feel as they are back home in India. Listen in.
मैं 2 बॉर्डर्स पे गई थी। पहले तो मैं गई पोलैंड बॉर्डर पर, तो वहाँ पर तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा बुरा हाल है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे एक तो रात को ठंड बहुत, और वो एक दिन के अंदर 5 से 6 बच्चों को ही जाने दे रहे थे, और वहाँ पे भीड़ हो गई थी 800-900 बच्चों की इकट्ठी। तो फिर वहाँ पे भगदड़ भी हुई, बच्चों के साथ बहुत बुरा सलूक भी हुआ, तो बच्चे वहाँ से भागे वापस अपने सिटीज़ के तरफ। फिर मैं अपनी सिटी वापस आई। फिर
बुरा सलूक किसने किया?
जो वहाँ पे यूक्रेनियन सोल्जर्स खड़े थे, मिलिट्री के लोग खड़े थे, उन्होंने। फिर वहाँ से मैं अपनी सिटी आई हूँ, फिर सिटी से फिर मैं हंगरी की तरफ गई हूँ, और वहाँ से बहुत इजी था इवैक्यूएशन।
मैं तो वहाँ से निकल आया 2-3 दिन पहले। अभी बोल रहे हैं कि वहाँ थोड़ा कंडीशन नॉर्मल हो गया है, बट मेरे टाइम पे ना हमारे पास कोई हेल्प थी, ना खाने के लिए हमारे पास कुछ था, ना हमारे पास पीने के लिए वहाँ पे कुछ था। मतलब इवन लाइक हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं था वहाँ पे। हमारे पास कोई पावर का सोर्स नहीं था, हम अपनी फैमिली से कांटेक्ट कर सकें।
24 तारीख की मेरी फ़्लाइट थी कीव से, तो हम कीव मेट्रो से जा रहे थे। तो वहाँ से 23 की रात को वहाँ पे बम्बार्डिंग होने लगी एयरपोर्ट पे, तो वहाँ से वापस आए, और फिर हमारे पास कोई वापस जाने के लिए कोई ट्रांसपोर्ट वगैरह सब कुछ बंद हो चुका था। तो हमें एम्बेसी में फ़ोन करा, तो वहीं पे हम रुके, 4-5 दिन रुके। वहाँ से जब हमें लगा कि वहाँ से कुछ ट्रांसपोर्ट वगैरह की, क्योंकि सारा कुछ बंद हो चुका था, वहाँ से ट्रांसपोर्ट कुछ नहीं मिल रहे थे, तो हमें वहीं पे रुकना पड़ा। वहाँ पे खाना वाना जैसा भी मिला ठीक था। फिर उसके बाद एम्बेसी ने हमें एडवाइस करा कि आप यहाँ से निकलें, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ट्रांसपोर्ट की कुछ नहीं है, आप ट्रेन से जा सकते हो। फिर वहाँ से हम लवीव गए, और लवीव से हम उस रोड से होके हम स्लोवाकिया बॉर्डर से आए।
So this is the reaction that we've got from Indian students who are back here, but the situation in Ukraine is quite tense.